Hello guys and welcome back to our channel Barca Admirers for your daily coverage of all the latest news updates and transfers roundup regarding FC Barcelona. In this episode, we have reports concerning the renewal of Ousmane Dembélé as he is still delaying his signature as Xavi expresses his disappointment at one of the latest transfers, while one of our players may leave for a decent amount by the end of this season, along with many more such updates. So make sure to watch this video till the very end without skipping over any part. Now before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share it with your Blaugrana friends and click on the bell icon and press all to turn on all the notifications. For the first one today, we have the comments of manager Xavi Hernandez as he has bluntly admitted certain things as Barcelona lost out to Manchester City in the race to sign Erling Haaland. The football world has been going crazy over the last 12 hours as Manchester City are now just one official step away to sign Erling Haaland. He has chosen to join City ahead of Real Madrid and Barcelona, with Xavi admitting the main reason behind the failed move is the economic situation. Barca boss Xavi Hernandez has revealed losing out on Erling Haaland is difficult as the Borussia Dortmund striker reportedly agreed terms and moved to Manchester City. The citizens are all set to officially trigger the release clause in Haaland's contract after beating Real Madrid and Barca in the race to sign Europe's most prolific young forward. The 21-year-old will be one of City's top earners, earning 300,000 Great British pounds a week, driving him level with Premier League superstars like Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling and Jack Grealish. The Sky Blues are expected to land Haaland for £63 million, which is roughly half of his true market value. As such, they're prepared to pay him a mammoth salary even at his tender age. Etihad Chiefs are desperate to add a new number 9 to their ranks after missing out on Harry Kane last summer, with Karim Benzema still in prolific form for Real Madrid at 34 and Barca currently struggling financially. Haaland and his camp felt that City was the right move at this stage in his career. However, Xavi has admitted that it is tough to take as the Norwegian international closes in on a switch to the Etihad Stadium. Speaking in the pre-game press conference ahead of Barca's match against Celta Vigo, the Spanish head coach said that it is indeed very difficult to digest because of the economic situation and he cannot really lie to anyone. Right now, that is the reality. He would not say that Haaland signing for Manchester City is only down to money. He is not going to disrespect other clubs' sporting projects. Barca are not the only club with a good project right now. Of course, City have won a lot of titles and they compete at the top level. But if one sees at what happens and Barca do not sign Haaland, it would have been solely because of financial issues. Anyway, now moving on to the next transfer update. After losing out on the race to sign Erling Haaland, Barca are now all set to improve renewal offer for one of their own wingers after closing a multi-million euro sponsorship. A recent report from Spanish news outlet Diario Sport has offered a detailed update on Barcelona's renewal with Ousmane Dembélé. It appears that the two parties are still locked in negotiations over a new deal and currently working together in an attempt to reach an agreement. Both parties realize that they must make some sacrifices in order to reach the end goal. For Barca, they initially made a renewal offer which was rejected by Dembélé as the sum offered in the deal was not significant enough for the player. The report suggests that Barca are now working on making a second offer which they believe could convince Dembélé, but the offer hinges on multiple factors, one of which was to qualify for the Champions League. Thanks to the recent 2-1 victory over Real Betis, that goal has been reached and the club are expected to receive a significant bonus from the league for securing a top 4 finish. The other key factors, however, remain unresolved as it twirls around Barcelona's prospect of a new and fairly controversial sponsorship deal with CVC Capital and the sale of Barca Studio. If the club succeed in their plans to reach an agreement with CVC, it could land them a significant financial injection, effectively putting them in a position to come up with a second offer for Dembélé. Quite expectedly, however, the Catalans are not willing to outrightly increase the terms offered in the first bid. Rather, they are looking to increase the number of variables and performance-related add-ons. Dembele's representatives and the player himself have shown a willingness to lower his demands, and as such, Barca remain confident of tying the winger down to a new contract. Although, with just 3 weeks remaining until the end of May, the club must move swiftly. Now moving on to the next one, we have one of the most recent transfer updates that has been doing rounds in the Catalan media, as this report suggests that Barca are about to sell Philippe Coutinho to Aston Villa for €20 million. According to a recent report published by Spanish news publication Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona are all set to close the sale of Philippe Coutinho to Aston Villa for €20 million. Coutinho had moved to Villa in winter on a 6-month loan deal that included a €40 million buy option. However, the price tag has been deemed too high by the Premier League club. Due to urgent need to raise money, however, through player sales, Barcelona's hands have been forced into selling the Brazilian for just 15 to 20 million euros. Though understandably, there has been pressure as well from Villa manager Steven Gerrard, who has publicly spoken about his desire to keep Coutinho at the club after the loan deal ends. He has scored 4 goals and assisted 3 in 15 games, but is currently without any contribution in the last 7 games. Gerrard said in a press conference that of course they want Coutinho over here. Now, a boost of 20 million euros through Coutinho's sale will give Barca the ammunition to complete signings in the summer. An outline to bring in nearly 7 to 8 players has been laid out, but the transfer targets are still all a blur. This, however, should be a long summer for the Camp Nou faithful. As of right now, several transfer insiders in Catalonia have come up with certain interesting transfer updates. For example, Ferran Martinez reports that Mohamed Salah is Barcelona and also Xavi'S great desire, but his salary demands and also reaching an agreement for a transfer with Liverpool makes things very complicated. About 10 Barcelona players will leave this summer, and the club's priority is to sign both Rafinha and Lewandowski. The report also suggests that Barca may be interested in signing Salah and Lewandowski, but signing Sadio Mane in this summer would be much easier for the club. Mane's contract runs out in 2023, and if he leaves Liverpool, he wants to play in La Liga with a special preference for Barcelona. His future will be decided after the season ends. On the other hand, yet another top-tier transfer insider, Gabriel Sanz, has confirmed that Xavi wants to have Alex Collado in the squad next season. Meanwhile, Neto, Longley, Umtiti, Mingueza, Puig, Braithwaite, Adama and Luke will not continue. Memphis and Frankie's sale will be considered only if a good offer arrives. Meanwhile, Dembele and Dani Alves are 2 players that Barca are waiting on renewing. A decision will have to be made on Alves, while negotiations, as I've already said, for Dembele is taking time. On the other hand, Francisco Trincao, Miralem Pjanic, Iñaki Peña and Collado will all be returning from the loans. Only Peña and Collado have a chance of staying. Moving on to the next one, we have a report that states that Barca have listed 3 long-term replacements for Sergio Busquets. Now, both the fans of Barcelona and also the administration mostly have for the longest time considered Sergio Busquets irreplaceable. Due to his unique skill set, technical prowess and frankly bizarre awareness, he is often considered the best defensive midfielder of all time. However, at 33, Busquets is the last juncture of his career. His Barcelona contract runs until 2023, and while he will almost definitely stay at the club next year, there is a strong possibility that it will be his last season at the Camp Nou. According to Spanish news publication Sport, Barca are working hard to find long-term replacements for the Spanish midfielder and have 3 players already on the radar: Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi, AS Monaco's Aurélien Tchouameni, and Wolverhampton Wanderers' Ruben Neves. First up, let's have a look at Zubimendi. The report suggests that Martin Zubimendi is the player that Barcelona likes the most and considers the most similar to Busquets. At 23, he is an undisputed starter at Sociedad and an integral part in the recent rise to European places in the league. A move for him, however, will be very difficult. The Spaniard has a 60 million euro buyout clause in his contract that runs until 2025. La Real will probably not accept anything less for him in this summer. Moving on to Aurélien, he is arguably the biggest midfield talent in Europe right now, along with the likes of Pedri and Jude Bellingham. He is on the radar of several top clubs including PSG and Liverpool. Unsurprisingly, it seems that Real Madrid are leading the race for his signature. A move away from Monaco looks inevitable this summer, but it will not be cheap. Sport says that he could cost up to 60 million euros, but reports in the past have quoted his asking price to be near to the 70 million euro mark. And finally, we have Ruben Neves, the final name on this agenda, who is looking to leave Wolves at the end of this season. After failing to find consistency in the Premier League previously, the Portuguese has been brilliant all season this time around. He is the oldest of the 3 players, but is bound to cost nearly the same amount, 60 million euros. Barca do have a head start in his pursuit though, given that his agent Jorge Hernandez is in excellent terms with the club administration.